If you're anyone like me, you like money, right? You like money, I like money. The world literally runs on money, okay? And one of the biggest things that I wanted to know and learn is how to get access to more money, right? How can we do that? With credit, okay? There is a way to get access to $80,000 of funds, credit cards in this game. And today I'm going to show y'all easily. Easily. It's not even hard how to get access to these funds for yourself so that you can do whatever you want. Hopefully, it's responsible. But whatever you want, you can invest this money, you can liquidate it, do your thing. Hey, later in this video, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what to do with this 80,000 so that you could get 160,000. But we'll get to that. So stay tuned to the end. Let's get straight into this. All right, so right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Today we're gonna be talking about Navy Federal. If y'all don't know what Navy Federal is, it is a credit union that is member owned. Okay. It is very enormous. Like it's a big bank, but it's not like a major, you know what I'm saying, financial institutes like Chase, for instance. Okay. Navy Federal is probably, if not one of the best banking institutions there is because they offer so many ways to not only access funds, to not only get good rates on like loans, personal loans, auto loans, but they also have so many ways that you could build your own credit with the bank. What I'm saying is in Chase, you put your money in there and that's it. But with Navy Fed, they care about the members. The people that own Navy Fed use Navy Fed. They care about the members, yo. So today we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna get right into this. No breaks. All right. If you want to get access to a lot of funds in Navy Fed, guess what? You have to be in Navy Federal. I mean, that's plain Jane and simple. Look, for those that don't know, Navy Fed is a military-based bank, meaning you have to be affiliated with the military in order to get into this bank. However, do not be discouraged if you're not affiliated. Your grandfather, your brother, yourself. If you're not affiliated, there's ways to get in. It's called the backdoor method. What you're gonna do is you're gonna call Navy Fed and you're gonna be like, hey, my family member, maybe my grandparent, my auntie, or someone that's like a little older than you. Don't be like your brother. That's too, you know what I'm saying? Same generation. They was in Navy Fed, they served their time and they passed away. So I have no access to their credentials. I have no access to them. And I would love to bank with you guys because you guys are like obviously one of the best banks in 2026. Let's keep it a buck. You gonna tell them that be sincere, like sound sincere, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta sit there and like ball your eyes out, but like, and they either gonna say yes or no, right? Yes, if they say yes, you're good. If they say no, that's fine. Listen, all you gotta do is hang up the phone, literally, hang up the phone and call and get a different representative and just do the same thing until it works. It'll probably take no more than 3 people to call. But if you really want to get access to these funds, hey, you're going to do what it takes. You're going to do what it takes. And that's all it takes to get in. It's not hard. Next up, what you want to do is you want to open a checking account with them. You know, the account where you get paid from your job and it goes to your checking account. You want one of those accounts with them. You know what I'm saying? Having a stream of income or constant deposits show that you get money. It shows that you're using the account. It shows that this person has access to funds. This person is using funds and this person makes money. The reason you want to do that is because all banks or all lenders, because banks are lenders at the end of the day, all banks make money from your deposits. When your money hits the bank and it goes into that check-in and it says you got like 2,000 in your check-in, what they do is they take that money and they reinvest it somewhere else. They might give it to someone else for an auto loan. They might give it to someone else for a mortgage. they might give it a XYZ. That money doesn't sit there, although it says that you have $2,000. Your money is never actually sitting there. And that's something that the schools ain't teaching you. I'm gonna let you know though. I'm gonna keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all the game. There's no secrets in this video, okay? After you open a checking and you have constant deposits, like you should have a job or some type of hustle that gets you money every 1 to 2 weeks, or enough for it to be like, all right, this guy got money, right? Once you do that, open a savings account. I think it does it automatically. It might not. Open a savings account. Now, I'm not asking you to, put in $1,000 to that. No. Chill. Every time you get paid, put a little bit into your savings, a little bit into your savings, a little bit into your savings, a little bit into your savings. Look, if you're not already saving, you should be saving. You should definitely be saving. But what happens when you do that is you have two accounts now. You have a checking and a savings. They're going to see that, and they're also going to see that you're saving your money. I don't know if you know, you're using their app, you're using their platform. They see where all your money goes. They could see every transaction. If you just went to the mall and you bought them sneakers, if you just went and got some Wingstop, they're going to see that. Put your money in savings. And it don't got to be a lot. Put a little percent, 5%, 10%. Keep it a bean. Nothing crazy. Save your money, yo. That's gonna show them that you're not only making money, but you're responsible with it. And that's two big fundamental things you want to build with Navy Federal. After you got those two things, right? The next step that I recommend, give it like a month, is to open a secured cash rewards card. I believe is what it's called. I have one of them. I can show you right now. You're gonna want to open one of these bad boy right here. A cash rewards credit card with them. Secured. What does that mean? A secured credit card is essentially a credit card where you put your own money. Minimum is $200. I think I put 200. Where you put $200, right? You give it to them in your savings account, and they don't take it from you. It stays there. $200, and in return, you get the card, right? It is a secured credit card, so that means all the money that you put on it, technically, you can pay it off because you have it in your savings. So it's secure, like you're borrowing against your own money, right? That right there, that alone, instead of going the traditional route and getting an unsecured credit card, which is just getting a regular credit card, doing a secured credit card will immensely, and here it is, immensely build your relationship with Navy Fed. And I forgot to mention, Navy Fed is a relationship bank. So everything you do with them, everything good that you do with them helps you. Everything bad hurts you a lot. Once you open a secured credit card, it will show you're responsible, and it will show you're borrowing against your own money. So at the end of the day, if you max it out, which you should never, it is your own money. So after you open that card, for the next 6 months, use no more than 10% of that card. If you do, pay it off before the statement due date. If you don't know what a statement due date is, it is not your minimum payment date. It's a different date where the bank reports your balance and your status to the credit bureaus. That gets deep. We could talk about it in a different video. Subscribe because I'll be talking about all different types of sauce. That alone, those three things alone will get you access to already thousands and thousands of credit card limit, okay? That right there is fire. Not many banks are gonna do that. Most banks, you have to stay with them for like 5 years, 4 years. Maybe you have to be a kid when you open a bank, and then when you turn 18, 20, you can start going crazy. No, not Navy Fed. It only takes months to a year. Building off that credit card, the Cash Rewards Secured Credit Card is one of those cards that it appreciates or upgrades on its own. What does that mean? And I know I be saying, what does that mean? Because a lot of people don't know what it means. It means that after 6 months, the card upgrades to an unsecured credit card. So after 6 months, you get that $200 that you initially put in, right? And after 6 months, you get a real credit card with credit with Navy Fed. Okay. And if you played your card right, after 3 months, your card should have upgraded a little bit because mine did. I went from 200 to a 600, and I didn't put no more money in. 200 to 600. But after 6 months, your card should be eligible for an upgrade. You should get thousands already, thousands in credit limit. Okay, easily. You don't even gotta do much. Get paid, save the money, use a credit card for a little bit, a little bill or something. Maybe like I don't know, just don't use it crazy. And then after months, you already have access to thousands. But look, that's only thousands. We want 50. We want 60,000. Yo, we want 80,000. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. The next step in this process, and probably not the next step, but you want to do this during the whole process, is something called a secure pledge loan. You might have heard this if you're in the credit game, because it is one of those really, really good hidden gems that they don't really have on there. You can't even find it on the website. I'm on the website right now and I can't even find the pledge loan. It is sauce. A pledge loan is basically where you put your own money down and you borrow against it. Essentially, if you give them $500, they give you 500 back, secure, it's your own money. And then what you could do is you could pay that 90%. What you want to do is 90%, and then you're going to pay it off in small increments for the next 12 months. That will report to your credit report, and it'll show that, hey, this person has an installment loan, but really it's your own money. They have an installment loan and they're paying it 90% down initially. That is awesome. And on top of that, they're getting on time payments every single month for a year. But you could do as long as like 5 years, I think 10, 20 years. Imagine that. Open a Navy Fed pledge loan, put at least 501 down, get at least a year in. You don't want the 6 month one, that's a little too short. Get a year in and have that build while you work on your secure card. Because when you put in money for the secure pledge loan, it's your own money and you get it back. You literally get the money back. So it's like you spend money to build your credit, but you just get the money back, and then you have a little payment at the end because you put 90% down, but you still get the money back. So why wouldn't you do it? Like, why wouldn't you do it? Man, when I found this stuff out, I'm like, bro, no one taught me this, but I'm here to tell y'all. Ideally, you want to be making a good amount of money. Like, it's hard to do this when you got like 1,000 a check every 2 weeks. That's a little tough, but like you can make it happen. Ideally, you want to have a few thousand sitting in there into where you can open a flagship checking account. A flagship checking account is pretty much a premier secure checking account, but you have to hold $1,500 in it, or they're gonna charge you a little monthly fee. It's not a lot, but you still want to have 1,500 in it, right? What this does, this flagship checking account, this premier checking account, shows them that not only do you have good money, not only can you keep the good money, you are also good and have strong financial habits. Okay. Most people, when they have 1,500 sitting in their checking, and that's what you have to do to have this account, most people will spend it. But they know, they're smart. That's why they have the $10 monthly fee. If you could just keep it there and not touch it, you have great money habits. That flagship checking account alone will allow you to get so much more in your credit limit you don't even understand. If you search up a Navy Fed credit card and see 10,000, 20,000, that's how you do it right there. Okay, on top of everything else I just told you. Okay, when you can and when you save enough, open a flagship rewards kind of act it as like a emergency fund slash savings. Do not spend the 1,500. Keep it there because you also get dividend on that money. Yeah, I didn't know that. When you put your money in Chase and you leave it there, they give you 0.01%. That is so bad. That means you get one penny a month for having your money with Chase. But if you put it in Navy Fed, I think they give you like 0.35 or something like that. It's minuscule, but it's you're getting more bang for your buck because when you put bigger numbers, like 1,500 times 0. You know what I'm saying, a month, that's always better than 0.01. Like, yo, Chase is just robbing you, fam. Robbing you. Navy Fed is literally helping you out, okay? This is not sponsored, hey, but like Navy Fed just got it. So you know what I'm saying? Once you do all that, you got your checking, you got your savings, you got your pledge loan, you got your credit card eventually unsecured, and you got your flagship checking. What you want to do is have your credit card low, have a little more money extra in the checking, and you're gonna start applying for the other credit cards. Now you're gonna apply for the more rewards, you're gonna apply for the platinum, you're gonna apply for the flagship rewards, or maybe the gold rewards. Typically, the higher limits are on the more and the flagship and the platinum. I think you could hold 3 Navy Fed credit cards at a time. So just make sure that you're not trying to get all 5 because you can't, or all 6. Get your 3 because in total, you can have a total of $80,000 in these credit cards. Okay, you can have one card with 80,000, 2 with 40, 3 with I don't know what 80,000 times 3 is, but you get the point here. Apply for a credit card. It might start at like 10,000. 10,000 is a lot, so don't be bummed. Okay, 10,000 is a lot of money. You feel me? Once you do that, give it time. Give it a few months. You're gonna keep applying. Now the trick to getting a higher credit limit is using your credit limit. That means you shouldn't be using your debit card. First of all, do not use your credit card or your debit card. Sorry, do not use your debit card. Use your credit card and only your Navy Fed credit cards for like a few months. Paid off all the time. You never want to spend more than you have. And then after that, you're gonna apply for a higher credit limit. I guarantee you they'll give it to you. And do not call in. Always do it on the website, okay? Call in might be a hard inquiry. That right there, my friends, is how you get high limits up to $80,000 with Navy Fed. Fair warning, it will not be very quick. This is not a quick process at all. It's not going to be 4 months. All right. It might take a good amount of months to years. I ain't trying to discourage you, but if you want access to funds right now and your financial isn't good right now, you got to worry about your financials first. My lady, my bro. That's what matters right now. Once you can master that, Navy Fed will master your credit card limit, okay? You got to start with the baby steps, okay? That's how you do it though. Now, if y'all stuck to the end, I did say I would tell y'all how to make more money with that high credit card limit. So, little quick sauce right here. Credit cards are not just to swipe when you buy groceries, when you buy this, when you buy that. Credit cards are to buy assets. An asset is something that makes you money. A liability is something that doesn't make you money. An asset, you get your flagship rewards credit card that has 40,000 in it. What you want to do is you want to swipe that. And you want to buy an asset with that. You want to go buy an asset. Buy a vending machine. Buy a course to learn a high income skill. Buy something that makes you money. An ATM machine. Start a car rental business. You know why? Because some of these cards have 0% intro APR for the first few months to a year. That means that for the first year, you don't have to pay any extra money on the balance that you owe. It's essentially a loan with 0% down or 0% APR. This is why credit cards is so fire. This is why Navy Fed is so fire, okay? You're gonna take that money, buy an asset, something that makes you money, and with that asset, when it gets you money, you're gonna pay off the credit card with it, and you're not gonna owe more than you paid originally. That right there, my friends, is how you make more money with the $80,000 that they give to you. If you do the right way, you can double that money, triple that money. You can go crazy. A 9 to 5 to get $80,000 a year, I think you gotta make like 40 an hour, 35. I don't know what it is. It's probably more than that. But with Navy Fed, you could do it in like less than a year. All you gotta do is open a card. I hope that made sense to y'all, cause it sure didn't make sense to me. I'm over here thinking about money moves already. Okay, open that checking, open that savings, get a Navy Fed, get that secured card, open that pledge loan, and then finally work towards the real credit cards that have the real credit limits. Okay, if y'all stuck to the end and that made sense, go ahead and just comment the word credit limit. Because y'all just learn how to max your credit limit. Comment the word credit limit, okay? Anyways, y'all, I'm about to do my thing. If I look crazy this video, it's because I just did a run. I ran to UPS to drop off a package. Even though I could have drove there, we strive for greater every single day. You feel me? All thanks to God. Amen. Amen. Okay. So I hope y'all took some valuable from this video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Go ahead and leave a like, a little subscription if you like this. Okay. I'll drop some more videos like this. This is my passion. I could talk about this all day. But yeah, anyway, I won't bother y'all too much. I'll see you in the next one. Hey.